Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW review Thursday edition, folks. And what are we doing on this Thursday? Live. We had one on Saturday. This week, AEW is on Thursday, all right? And what is the difference of this week for AEW, huh? What is the big thing I'm sure everybody's talking about tonight? Fans are now back in the building. Only 10%, though. I spoke about this before in my Saturday review. Basically about, it's basically what I said. Social distancing, mask on. It is an open, arena and everything, so it is open building. And they've kept people very, very far away from apart. I know there's still spectator wrestlers by ringside, but at the same time, you still got, fans way up there, probably near into the balcony part of it. Very far in the back, probably like small sections, very far away from each other in social distancing. So yes, I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong. I was saying that the other day. They are taking very necessary precautions to keep everybody safe. But at the same time, though, I'm still iffy on this entire decision, okay? Number one, it's Florida of all places, and we've technically seen all the crazy and boneheaded decisions they have made in Florida when it comes to this virus and whatnot. So that's one thing. Obviously, this was just a counterattack to the WWE, like I said before, because WWE did the whole Thunderdome. AEW's counterattack, let's bring back the fans, okay? I still think that because it's kind of odd that WWE announces Thunderdome one day, then like a day or two later, hey, let's bring the fans back. So this is obviously a counterattack, okay? I look at this and don't get me wrong, it looked like it's going to work well. Like I said, this is only night one and everything. And like I said, they've taken the necessary precautions to protect everybody from this. But at the same time, this can backfire at any time, any moment. Okay, so hopefully, this can work, or you basically looking at a lawsuit if somebody gets sick, because other places have tried to open stuff and it has backfired on them. I'm not saying it's going to backfire in AEW, and listen, I get media manipulation and whatnot when it comes to this, but at the end of the day, this virus is just real out here, all right? I don't really necessarily agree with them letting fans back all the way in and whatnot. Like I said, it's only 10%, but I still don't think it's the best idea. I even had this conversation with my friend Kyle tonight, but when were we going to let fans in? And that's a good question, because nobody knows how long this stuff is going to keep going, okay? Nobody knows. And even he told me, was it even a cure? I say, hey, that's a good question too. Nobody knows when that's going to happen. So I guess, they just had to do it now, but, just given everything I've seen in Florida when it comes to that virus, I just don't trust it all the way. I really don't, but we'll see what happens if they can keep this going out well for people, but I'm just iffy on the entire decision and whatnot, so I don't know if this is the best idea, but all I can say is we'll see, and hopefully nobody gets sick from this, but it looks like they've taken the necessary precautions to keep everybody safe, so we'll see what happens from this. But also, we do begin the show. Chris Jericho was on commentary. Fans sang along to Judas. Obviously, they must have mic'd this crowd up super duper loud that these people are able to talk through their mask and whatnot. So they had to mic up the crowd very, very high. Jericho is going to be on commentary throughout the entire night, which is always a highlight to see, because Jericho does, I will say, man, Jericho is just fun to listen to on commentary. I will say that. Some people actually may have thought it's his idea with the fans since, he did that whole biker, whatever, concert thing. So, well, we already seen how many people got sick from that, but because of that, maybe he was the one that came up with the idea to bring fans back. I don't know, okay, but could be for all I know, but we'll see. But we do kick it off with a not fatal four-way, but a gauntlet four-way to see who would face the tag team champions at All Out in like the next week or two, and we kick it off with the Young Bucks and QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes, the Natural Nightmares. Listen, this match ate up 30 minutes of time, and there was only really one important thing to talk about throughout this entire match, because number one, this is kind of basically a spot fest you would see from the Young Bucks as usual. But yeah, spot fest, Canadian Destroyer, Dustin Rhodes. Basically, the Young Bucks won this match, so I don't really have much to say about this other than that. And then, Best Friends came out and faced them, which obviously you think the Young Bucks would win, but Hangman Page came out and basically screwed over the Young Bucks, grabbing one of their legs so the Best Friends could get the win over the Young Bucks, pretty much taking them out of that gauntlet match and everything. Which made sense, especially for, Hangman to screw him over, because FTR was the next team to come out and face the Best Friends. Obviously, they want to save, FTR and the Young Bucks for a big match later down the road, to whenever that happens, instead of just putting them in this random gauntlet match for tag title shots. So they want to save that for a big, match and everything until a later date, okay? FTR basically made quick work of, the Best Friends. I think Hardwood there, he pretty much put in a leg lock onto Chuck Taylor for the win. So FTR does get a title shot against Hangman and Omega at All Out for the Tag Team Championships. Okay, so basically a very predictable match, but like I said, this is the only important thing from this was Hangman screwing over the Young Bucks and everything, and FTR winning the match right here. So not bad, I'll say, but it was very predictable at the same time, though. But after that, though, I know we got a video from Darby Allin, him jumping off of a bridge. Okay, it's him jumping off of a bridge. What more can I say? He jumped off a bridge. The guy's a daredevil. Okay. But next, though, we got Lance Archer, a person which I don't even remember the last time I've even seen on this show, other than him just beating up these midget jobber guys in the back, just throwing them in the trash cans and everything, okay? I still stand where I say before about Lance Archer. They really fumbled the ball with him, and that loss to Cody did not really help. It really didn't, because he ended up going against Sean Maluda, which I could have swore that guy was still in NXT, but I guess he left. And basically this was just a glorified squash match with Lance Archer, like we've seen with any other jobber that is in there with him. But I think about it with Archer, just kind of imagine if he was in the same position where what Brody Lee was last week, which he really needed it and everything, because some people think he should have still had at least a rematch against Cody for the TNT title, but obviously that did not happen and whatnot. But I still believe they fumbled the ball. I heard he was on Dark. I don't watch Dark, so that tells you something when you're going that low down the card. You're on Dark, okay? But after Lance Archer did beat Sean Maluda, Jake Roberts pretty much cut a promo talking about how Lance Archer is going to be in this Casino Battle Royale coming up to see who will get a future title shot for the AEW title. But as he started talking about how Lance Archer is going to beat everybody, he's going to win. Taz, Brian Cage, and Ricky Starks came out. Jake Roberts saying, "Oh, it's Fred, Wilma, and Barney there. It's the Flintstones. It's the Flintstones. Beat the Flintstones." That was funny. The Flintstones line was pretty funny, okay? But Taz pretty much said that, Archer's not going to be successful in this. Cage came out with the FTW title, which, is that an official title now or something? I'm surprised he's still holding that belt, because where is this really going anymore? Does he defend this FTW title? Listen, man, I know this worked back in ECW back then, but I'm still wondering why Cage still has the FTW title, though. But pretty much Taz went on to say that both of these men are going to be in that oh, there you go. I actually hit the mute button to this whole thing. Messed that up. But as I said, though, Taz said one of those guys are going to win this Battle Royale. When it comes up, that Archer has no chance and everything. But as Taz pretty much tried to hold his boy back and everything, because there was going to be a brawl and he had to get messed up right there. But yeah, that's a big match you want to put on pay-per-view, okay? Now, that's a match I want to see. Archer versus Cage, that would be great. That would be epic. That's something that would draw some money right there, okay? Because it's better than having Archer just kill these random midgets almost every week on this show. Because, like I said, they have fumbled the ball with him badly, okay? Seeing him with a match with Cage, that'd be a great watch. That looked like it could have been a stare down for a pay-per-view right there than for a battle royale. That's something I would look forward to see, okay? That I wouldn't mind. Because basically right after that, Darby Allin come out on a skateboard. He rolled to the ring and pretty much attacked Ricky Starks as, Taz and Jake Roberts pretty much held their guys back and everything from brawling with each other. So obviously they probably won't get their hands on each other until the pay-per-view at All Out. But seeing that little stare down with Archer and Cage, that made me at least want to see that match happen. Okay, that's something that needs to make that a number one contender shot for the not tag team, but for the world title. Because that would have been a great watch, all right? Because all you really see Archer do is just beat up random midgets on TV every week. And I almost forgot he was even there because he's barely on the main show. So at least it was good to see him on there. But I did like that segment. Wasn't bad. Not bad at all. But what else we got moving on into this show? MJF was getting ready to come out there. He had a walker and everything, and security guards pretty much asked him, like, why are you laughing? And he said, you think something's funny? And he said, no. Basically, he's going to go get ready for this, contract signing. They had a video package for Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa for All Out. I'm not really sure. I'm sure NWA needs anything right now because we haven't really seen them on, well, I'm not even going to say TV, but YouTube in a few months now. I know they had some Carneyland thing going on, but it's not like they're going to be filming the show anytime soon. And I know they were going to have that Crockett Cup pay-per-view happen, but that didn't end up happening, mostly due to the virus and whatnot. But like I said, if they release a partnership, I would like to see guys like Magnus on. I've been saying it's probably going to be an invasion angle, but Magnus or James Storm or an Eli Drake or several other guys that need to be on this show, because it looks like AEW keeps, taking their talent and signing them. Wade Barrett goes back to NXT one night. Eddie Kingston and Ricky Starks are signed to AEW. So what does that really tell you about the NWA going on right now? That a lot of these guys are either jumping ship and going over there, or, Corgan's just going to have to do some partnership. So they did have some contract signing somewhere in the back, which Thunder Rosa tried to grab the AEW women's title, but Sheeta stopped her and says, I will win, basically at the pay-per-view. And I'm going to get more to the whole women later on. But the contract signing was ready. MJF had his crew come out. John Moxley. By the way, number one, the PW 500 and everything. So good on him. Good for John Moxley being number one right now. But John Moxley, he came out, of course, through the stands and everything. Mox pretty much sat down at the opposite end of the table. MJF pretty much, talked about signing that the paradigm shift will not be used at All Out, that it will be banned. MJF pretty much told Moxley that you tried to take me out, you're a gutless coward. Fans chanting Moxley then. MJF pretty much says he appreciated Moxley practice social distancing and signed the contract just like your hairline. But Mox pretty much told him that he'll get there one day too, once you go through puberty and everything. But MJF pretty much say, oh, that's real good, okay? And that's why people love you. You're supposed to be this badass. You're crazy and everything. And that Mike Tyson said he wouldn't want to be in a dark alley with you. But MJF pretty much went on to say, Mox there, that you think you would be, that you're going to be in a professional wrestling ring at All Out. Not outside the ring. Not some big brawl or anything and whatnot, but MJF said he's a pro wrestling prodigy, okay? MJF said he's going to pick him off systematically, and that, Moxley's not a wrestler. He's just some goon, so he could just try to fight outside, and you're in a different territory now, okay? And MJF pretty much says, he knows everything what Moxley's going to do. That Moxley grew up studying guys like Sandman, New Jack, Zandig and Onita, calling them all hot garbage, which I'd be careful talking about New Jack, okay? I don't think you want to let New Jack hear that. That dude will come back and take you out, all right? You will be in fear of your life if you try to mess with New Jack and talk shit about him. Which, yeah, I will say one thing, it's so funny, I thought about that. I know I didn't say this a while ago, but what, that Logan Paul dude or something try to do that $10,000 challenge to challenge anyone to a professional wrestling match. I think New Jack was one of the people. I would pay good money to see New Jack beat the living dog crap out of him, okay? I don't even really know who Logan Paul is that well. Was he the dude that did that Suicide Watch or did some... I don't know, he's done some stupid stuff on... I just know he's some YouTube personality. He's done some stupid stuff, or it was his brother or whatnot, but I would pay good money for New Jack to beat the living dog crap out of Logan Paul. Okay, I'm sure people probably want to see him stabbed or thrown off or something. Dude wants to disrespect the business. Put him in there with New Jack, and maybe New Jack will teach Logan Paul some respect. So I would pay good money to see that. But when I heard MJF say New Jack hot garbage, I said that's a poor choice of words right there. All right, But MJF went on to say he grew up studying guys like Buddy Rogers, Ernie Ladd, and Tully Blanchard, and that, Mox didn't think he thinks he's better than him and everything. But MJF says he's better than Mox, and he can't get over why he thinks he needs that paradigm shift. But in this case, if you need it, why don't you tell that pretty little wife yours that he's single? Mox got up then. MJF's lawyer pretty much says, I will sue right now. If you do anything or touch him, you will be sued. Mox called him a dickwad. And Mox pretty much says, you know what? You want to take away my greatest weapon, huh? And you're forcing me to do something creative in a different way. I can hurt you. And, I don't want to be sued or anything. And I can get my own lawyer, my public defender, but he's in jail right now, he believes. So he's going to sign this contract, but nothing matters after that. So he's going to sign because at September 5th, MJF is a dead man, okay? As MJF, pretty much his entire crew cheered then, says, you're an idiot. This is the stupidest thing you ever done by signing this contract. But MJF pretty much... saying this is gonna be easy. Mox said, did you read the page 17 of the contract, which MJF said 17 pages, supposed to be only 16 pages, and he asked his lawyer, what did you do? Mox said, listen, you shouldn't really sign something without reading it. That's the truth, especially a contract. And Mox said, page 17 says, I get to face your lawyer next week in a tune-up match, and the paradigm shift will be legal in this match, and that if his lawyer does not show up, MJF will not get his title match at All Out. Great segment. Probably the best one of the entire night. That was fun to watch. MJF, great as he is on the mic all the time. Mox was great out there too. I like this, and I like how they just screwed the lawyer. Like, did you read page 17 right there? Page 17. So yeah, if I don't face your lawyer, you don't get a title shot. But that was a really good promo by MJF. Probably one of the best things out of tonight on this entire show. Santana Ortiz were challenging the Best Friends. Still fighting over the whole van or whatever. So there you go. Next, an 8-man tag. Pentagon, Phoenix, Butcher, Blade, Eddie Kingston, which he has brought all these guys together and did a promo and everything. Talked about he's leading this crew, this faction, that, we need to grow up and everything. And when they were going against Brian Pillman Jr., Griff Garrison, Joey Janela, Nutella, Jelly, whatever you want to call them, and Sonny Kiss. So basically, Pillman Jr., which I'm trying to get into more and whatnot. I probably should check out a little bit more of his MLW work. Don't really know about Griff Garrison, and I already got two niggas I don't even want to see on my TV regardless, okay? I don't care for Sonny Kiss or Joey Janela. It's Janela especially. He's horrible, okay? Listen, this 8-man tag was just all over the place. And what's crazy about Pentagon and Phoenix? I know Pac can't really get into the country right now, so I don't know what happened to the whole Death Triangle thing, but obviously they're doing something different right now, whatever's going on with Eddie Kingston. This match was just basically a showcase for, Eddie Kingston's new crew, because they just faced some random guys. I'm surprised this match even went on that long. So it was just, all over the place. Pentagon Phoenix basically did finisher onto Brian Pillman for the ring. Kingston basically said that his whole crew is going to be in that casino battle royale, all 5 of them, so watch out. But yeah, this match was just a spotlight match for for Eddie Kingston's crew and whatnot, because I didn't really need to see this, and it just kind of went on for a minute, and it already had enough people I didn't want to see in this match in general. I don't like already. I do really not need to see Janela on my TV. That's almost like instant turn the channel heat, all right? But next, the Dark Order came out. Evil Uno, and I guess the other crew in Colt Cabana had a casket on the stage, and they had these lawnmowers or something, and some sports car that Evil Uno that Stu Grayson picked out himself, and they had this casket. They opened it, and I guess it was the 10 guy that's part of the Dark Order, which he had Cody's neck tattoo, that Cody's gonna be gone, he's done, that this whole Nightmare family thing is over, which I believe Cody's gonna be on a TV show with Stephen Amell or something. Don't know if it's another Arrow show, but I think that's why he's gone. But Brody Lee came out in a suit and everything, pretty much had Anna Jay with him, and Evil Uno pretty much talked about they all appreciate Brody Lee. Everybody started giving each other high fives and whatnot. Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview him. Brody Lee pretty much went to say, last December all these men were laughed at, and that he was at home in prison, which basically is shot at the WWE, and that, said that there's a lot of symbolism being here right now, and that they have buried the Nightmare family, and that this open challenge thing is over. He's not going to be facing all these independent guys every week, and pretty much called Anna Jay 99 and labeled her as the Queen Slayer, which she should probably be an instant face right now, because she took out Brandy, and Brandy's technically a heel, so I think fans want to cheer for Anna Jay and everything, and some say because of that whole women's tournament that people liked her and Taynara Conti, which I'll get back to her in a minute, but she's kind of an instant face right now because you beat up Brandy and nobody don't want to see Brandy at all, so it's kind of hard to boo her right now. And then John Silver pretty much like, Brody Lee, I know you can do it. It was great. Brody Lee punched him to the ground, says, pick that man up, you little shit, he called him. And that he is the hottest champion in pro wrestling, or the hottest group in pro wrestling right now, which I started laughing at. And there's nothing nobody can do about it. Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall came out and attacked, but the numbers game got to them. Scorpio Sky came out for the save, which that's probably only the person I wanted to see, so Scorpio Sky is not bad, but as they start beating them up, some of them left, Brody Lee and whatnot. Next thing you know, Matt Cardona comes out of nowhere, hits him with the Evil Uno with the Rough Rider, and pretty much helping out Rhodes and Sky and Marshall out there as the Dark Order left. This segment, listen, it wasn't a bad promo by Brody Lee, okay? I don't really still give a crap about this Dark Order group in general. His promo wasn't bad and everything, I'll say that. This whole random everybody coming out, I get Dustin trying to get payback for his brother and everything. Scorpio Sky, hopefully something good happens for him soon so he can get another title shot. I did not know he was at the shortest match against Cody when he was going against everybody in this open challenge thing every week for the TNT title. And Cardona, when's the last time we seen Cardona again on TV? I don't know. But it's probably going to be some 8-man tag by next week with them versus the Dark Order and everything. But I don't know, man. This segment, somewhat a little bit all over the place, I'll say. But I think Brody Lee's promo wasn't that bad, and he showed some good fire out there, too. So, that wasn't that bad, and, calling Anna Jay 99 and whatnot. But, like I said, she's probably an instant face for taking out Brandy, okay? Hangman was getting interviewed by Dasha while he was in the bar. Young Bucks came in, they says, what is this? We're tired of this. Listen, man, we're sorry if we called you a jobber a long time ago, but, now you want to be a jobber now, whatnot, you want to drink, we're telling you the truth, you're drunk, and they threw the drinks in his face, and you know what, you're out of the elite, okay? As the Bucks left, there was like a broken mirror there with Hangman looking on. So I will say this, they have built the whole Hangman betraying the elite thing very well, for many months now, especially with him being a drunk, even though he was probably mostly the most cheered person out of the Elite, and I believe people was already starting to turn on Elite, that Hangman was mostly the most likable person and the most over person in the entire group. So I was about to call him a face right there, like, so he's a face then, right? But my friend Steven brought up to me tonight, Omega looked like he may be turning heel or whatnot. So could they both turn? I don't know, and go their separate ways. We'll see. But I don't expect them to be the tag team champions by All Out. Next, the worst match out of the night, and the only women's match you really get out of every week that's almost bad every week. Big Swole versus Britt Baker, Rebel and Penelope Ford. This was bad. It sucked. It was horrible. I don't know what this was. Bad spots. Just a bad match in general. I've said it before. The women's division is like the worst thing on this show. It looked like they were like tippy-toeing their spots in. Like they were like tiptoeing just into their spots. Nothing looked like it really connected. Oh, I know Rebel did a moonsault and everything, and then they tried to get the crutches in, which looked like nobody didn't even try to hit each other with the crutch. It's like they move so slow. Like, go back to Rebel hitting Penelope Ford with the crutch. It's almost like she's like moving in slow motion. This was bad, okay? And, I've said this before. Baker gets more TV time than the champion. I had this argument with my friend Kyle that, okay, Britt Baker has personality. Yes. Now, I know some people will say that she has go-away heat. I have a friend that will tell you that. But she does get heat, though, and I guess make you want to hate her. I'm up and down on the Baker thing, to be honest. Listen, Baker can't wrestle for shit. We know that, okay? But some promos I said for the past few weeks, some I like, some I don't. But this whole match was horrible, okay? Because it amazes me is this, that I've said this before, because the women's division is so bad, and they got the talent, don't get me wrong, but the way they are booked is so horrible that they had to go to another company and bring someone else's women's champion in just to have a match All Out to hopefully it gets over, because none of these women are over on the main roster. Well, not main roster, or just the roster in general, that we had to go to another company in the NWA to another champion to face the champion. I said it before. Baker gets more TV time than the champion, okay? And this just showed right here. And this was a waste of time. It was horrible. It sucked. It wasn't good. It looked like a joke out there. So once again, it's almost like I prove my point every week on this. Women's division on AEW, horrible. Booking, horrible. And this was a great example of it, okay? Next, though, we did get to the main event. Sammy Guevara, Matt Hardy in a tables match. Now, there's a problem with this. Number one, I forgot this match was even happening tonight. Number two, I didn't know this was the main event. Number three, why wasn't this even hyped? No video package. No one hyping the match up through the entire night. At least say, hey, we got a tables match tonight. We got a tables match tonight. No hype at all. Just, we got to the match. They had 2 picture-in-picture commercials. Most of it was advertisement. And I know Hardy did like a twist of fate on Guevara onto the chair while his head was in it. And he brought in a table that said deleted. And I know that standing chair was under that table, which he was going to put Guevara through it. But Guevara got up from it and pretty much knocked Hardy off the ropes. Guevara pretty much suplexed them and won the match, which, both men were bleeding. This match was very rushed. You forget it even happened. They should have saved this for the pay-per-view. Or even as a pre-show, my friend Steven said, you could have saved this for pay-per-view, because they literally rushed through this entire match. And then you forget about it almost a few seconds later, because they immediately sent Orange Cassidy out there to brawl with Chris Jericho then from the commentary table, and Guevara's trying to break it up. So you forget the table match even happened, or why it even happened, because no one hyped this matchup. No one didn't even say anything. No big grand scale video package. Hey, this is our main event tonight. At least put some hype into it. They rushed this main event. It was rushed, and it could have been better. This match should have been saved for pay-per-view. You would have had something great out of this, but it just went very fast, and it was like, boom, done. There you go. So you didn't really get much from it, and like I said, a lot of it was in the picture-in-picture thing. So you barely even saw half the match unless you were paying attention to it that well, because I don't really be paying attention to these picture-in-pictures when they come up. Because I was like, we had one, and then like a minute later, like, wow, the match just started. Why are you having another one? But then I'm looking at the time on the clock. There's not enough time left in the show. So I don't know, man. Bad call on that one. Should have saved this match for pay-per-view. As of the show itself, I liked the show. The contract signing was honestly the best thing on this entire show. Hangman turning on the Elite and the Elite kicking him out. I'm trying to see what else was really good on this show. I like the little Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida video package, but a lot of other stuff was that random 8-man tag. I get it was to get get Kingston's crew over, but they just faced some random folks and it went on for a minute. I did like the Lance Archer and Brian Cage stare down. That made me excited to see a match from both of these two. I know they're in the Battle Royale, but I want to see a singles match. That would be great to watch. The table match was just rushed. That was a negative, I'll say. The gauntlet match... No, I'm not even going to gauntlet match. I already said, Hangman turning on him and everything, so I don't need to repeat myself on that. But that women's match with Big Swole was just horrible and garbage. That was bad. The Dark Order segment was a little bit all over the place. Even, I meant to say, Anna Jay came back out with the Dark Order to give Taynara Conti, I guess, a contract to join the Dark Order, and they hugged. So how are they supposed to be the heel group if they beat up Brandy, who's already a heel, which they've kind of established what Brandy and, Allie being heels in that whole tournament thing, and that people like Anna Jay, Taynara Conti, that aren't they the faces, so how can they be the heels? So what sense does that make? And like I said, it was a good promo from Brody Lee, but just when everybody started running out, then, like I said, I'd rather have Scorpio Sky get a title shot. That's what I want to see. But, like I said, it's probably going to be some 8-man tag next week on this show. All right, so that's what I have to say about AEW tonight. So I was, like, up and down on the show. There was some good parts, but there still was some negatives on this show, too. I've already discussed my thing on the fans, but, other than that, though, what do you think about this entire show tonight? What did you like? What did you not like? Just the show in general being on Thursday. Does this make you more hyped up for All Out? For this show, all right, and I know it's like another week away before All Out, so we'll see what happens from this. I'm not really sure what's going to happen next, but we'll see what happens next week, because they already got most of the cards set for All Out on September the 5th, okay? But other than that, I am out of here. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about AEW. I already feel like I repeat the same thing I said for some reason. I do that a lot. But, yeah, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. See you for SmackDown tomorrow.